Probably gonna where you at? Where you at? Thank you, bro. Let me know next time I come through. Me, brother.
Nice shirt, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Damn. Hey, what song were you gonna come out to? I saw your interview saying that Nipsey's gonna bring you out. What song?
Oh, Nipsey, I was gonna have him bring me out to his like on his old album. Fuck, what is it?
But Nipsey was gonna bring you out that shit for
yeah,
sure.
bro. I had went to Nipsey store to the marathon.
And we got the one and only
Frogdog.com.
Frogdog.com. Yes, sir. And Antonio Simon Jr., the magician. Anthony Sims Jr. Now 19-0, 17 knockouts.
You better get it right, guys. Like right now, it's the highlight of my career. There's no tougher fight to fight than a person fighter's in your face all night.
Yeah.
So you can't beat him with speed, can't beat him with power, can't beat him with swiftness or slickness. You gotta beat him with your mind. Listen to the directions. If you look at the fight, we were arguing in the corner. Cause you tell me, fight him, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 you're done. No, only time that he landed punches is when I traded with him. Other sides, if you sticking and moving and grooving and winning the fight, why change it up? If it ain't broke, I'll pick one in the room. Been there, done it just with you. But they're scared to be a loner, scared to stick out, scared to be different. Like I said, shit, bring your own flavor, man.
Yeah.
Be you. Everybody wants to be part of this group. Some people aren't meant to be part of the group. Sometimes you're bigger than the group, but you don't realize it. Trying to conform yourself to the ways and the laws and everybody else. Fuck that. That's what my mom used to tell me. I used to tell my mom, you know, like, I don't fit in. It just ain't for me. I don't know what it is. My mom's like, fuck that, be you. Shit, if you don't walk to school with 2 left shoes on, fuck it. Do it.
Alright, bro. Hey, let me know if you ain't no going to fight, and if you don't, let's all get together and watch the fight.
I'm down for that. I'll take
All day. Thanks for inviting me.
coming back, man. Hey, he's getting a big fight, man. Your man's great.
I'm not getting the dog. He's coming back. I gotta get my
We're back. So that was Anthony Sims Jr. with his pops, Frog Dog. He had a big fight this past April 26th at the Forum. He got another W, 19-0, 17 knockouts. First time he goes to 10 rounds. First time he goes to, the second time he goes to distance. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, no, it was like we talked about earlier. He had a tough opponent in front of him, and I think he boxed well. He, you know, stuck and move, and I was actually very happy with his performance. Obviously, promoters, they want to see knockouts. They want to, you know, push his name out there, and I get that with Eddie Hearn. He just wants the American public to embrace him so much, and the American public is spoiled in a way where they want to see knockouts. But you know what? He did what he had to do. Got that W, you know, keeps the undefeated streak alive. Got those 10 rounds in, and so he's on his way, man. One fight at a time.
Yeah.
Chris, your thoughts?
No, I was just really concerned with his training because I saw the trainers, what was going on. And I'm like, I was kind of freaking out because then I saw Frog Dog going to the other side of the ring. And I was yelling a lot because the referee was hitting, Anthony was getting hit a lot of times in the head, and the referee wasn't acknowledging. But it was scary, man, being right there in ringside because Anthony was getting licked with some right hooks. But it was just those short chances that wasn't like multiple shots that could have won the round. So no, Anthony won convincingly, but it's interesting what he was talking about, right? About his training. And I think he's going to go back to the drawing board and get a new team.
Yeah. So that was Anthony Sims Jr. against Vaughn Alexander. Very good fight. We'll see what's up next, right? Rocky Fielding is a possible name for Anthony Sims Jr.
Yeah, told you.
Let's talk about the main event.
Main event.
Next,
Which one?
Srisaket Sor Rungvisai against Juan Francisco Estrada. The rematch. Juan Francisco Estrada.
You said
defeated.
You said Don Francisco?
Don Francisco.
Juan Francisco Estrada.
Hey, is he still around, Don Francisco?
I think he got like a late night show, man.
Yeah.
Something like that. We'll be on there one day soon.
He's been around forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, El Gallito, he won the rematch against Sor Rungvisai. Did you catch the full fight?
I saw the fight. I'm so impressed with Estrada.
Yeah, so real quick, we were doing the ringside commentary right when that fight started,
Yeah.
right? So we kind of one eye here, one eye there. So how was it?
No,
I'm not gonna make any jokes.
he just he boxed so well. I think they said it best. I think they said a comment like, "This is the new Mexican style of boxing," where you're just
Yeah, I heard that.
yeah, and I completely agree. You could tell he was taking some things from Canelo, the way he boxed and stuff, and obviously that's a great style to fight Sor, because if you try to slug it out with Sor, and we saw with Chocolatito, you know,
Yeah.
you're not gonna have a lot of success because, again, going back to wills, Sor just has such a great will to win.
You know what I did not like from Sor Rungvisai because I rated him very high. I still do, but he was fighting orthodox the whole most of the fight. So I was like, why is he doing that? Because he wasn't having success.
Yeah.
He's a
that boggles my mind because as a southpaw, you're gonna have a lot of success with
That's what he did in the
conventional
first
fighters.
fight.
Yeah, because they don't expect certain angles, certain shots coming from those particular angles, and
Yeah, there was a clear round, I think round 9, where he turned southpaw for the whole fight. That round, and that's when he won the whole round.
Yeah.
I don't know why did he ended up turning out southpaw all last minute. But I was telling Lily that this is the new Marcus Pacquiao.
yeah, this calls for a rubber match.
Yeah, that's like when I was watching the first 2 rounds again, I was like, well, when I was watching it live, I was like, this is probably going to be a trilogy. I can see it already. Because Sor Rungvisai didn't come out with much energy, right? That was kind of weird. He looked a little sluggish.
He looked kind of skinny, too, in the weigh-ins.
And El Gallito, the complete opposite. He was full of energy, a lot of bounce in his step. He was countering almost everything, landing a lot of big punches. You know, he's slightly taller than Sor Rungvisai, and he was using that to his advantage.
They're using that distance really well too.
And you mentioned the weight. They said they weighed in at 127 on fight night, which I thought that was pretty heavy.
Yeah, the 115, right? 115.
Yeah, because they're pretty small, and they were weighing in at 127. And Sor Rungvisai looked more affected by it. But credit to Juan Francisco Estrada, dude. In the rematch, I think he said he had like a knee injury. He wasn't able to prepare as well. And in this fight, man, you saw what he did.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually, and it's crazy that with this victory, you know, that puts him up there with the Mexican fighters like of this time. He's up there with, obviously Canelo's in a league of his own, but he's up there now with the best Mexican fighters like active.
There
right
aren't
now.
many right now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. So like,
who do you think about when you think about Mexican fighters?
well, obviously Canelo, and you think of
Mikey, maybe.
Mikey.
Jaime Munguia is coming up.
Zurdo.
But that list is not very.
It's not very, yeah. Because if you think of great like Mexican fighters, you think of pound for pound, and those are, Canelo's the name that first comes up, Mikey, but not a whole.
Leo Santa Cruz, maybe.
Leo Santa Cruz probably up there.
Yeah, but Juan Francisco Estrada definitely put his name up there after this big victory.
Yeah. Would you etch him in your top 10? Yeah.
I would still put him slightly behind Sor Rungvisai, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just based on.
Well, they're 1-1 now, head to head.
Yeah.
The only difference is Sor Rungvisai beat Chocolatito.
Yeah, to knock him out.
And
that number 1 spot.
The first one, I still don't think maybe he didn't beat Chocolatito, but that second one, knocking what a lot of people thought was the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world, knocking him out. Yeah, I'm still giving him credit for that.
Yeah, I agree. After this third rubber match, it's
gonna be crazy.
If it's more convincing, it was a convincing win, but if you win that series, then that's a top 10 for sure.
And Gallito looked good even since the workouts at Venice Beach. Both of them looked very good. That's why I was surprised that Sor Rungvisai kind of came out with like not so much energy, not so much bounce in his step, But Gallito, he looked ready, and he said he was ready, and I'm happy for him. He got the rematch, man. Now we're probably gonna have a trilogy.
Yeah, good things happens when you shot us out.
Yeah,
man, that's crazy. Yeah.
Other than that, I don't have much to say other than it was a very good fight, and hopefully that puts more of the limelight on those lighter weights, because that's a good weight class, dude. Like when they had Cuadras, Chocolatito, Sor Rungvisai, and Estrada, those are very good names, but I feel like a lot of people weren't paying attention to it as much. Now hopefully that attention turns toward that division.
But the only thing I'll say is that Eddie Hearn is a smart man. This whole fight had basically 3 fights of the year. The Vargas Soto could have had the potential of being fight of the year until it ended in the 6th. If you watch it, pure haymakers from Soto. I'm not even lying. This guy Soto came out to fight, and me and Lily were just astonished. Like, what year is this? And then Vargas connect with a Timmy Bradley punch. And then the second one with Danny Roman, and this guy.
I heard that Daniel was the fight of the year. Yeah.
Could have been probably fight of the year. Yeah. And then obviously Sor, but Daniel, man, this is my first time watching him fight, but Donnie, man, he had heart. He had chin.
Yeah.
He had heart.
Yeah, there was that round where he got knocked down, and then he just came back and like started unleashing like back-to-back left hooks that landed clean flush on Roman. And I think there was one where he they called it a slip, but it looked like it was a knockdown.
It was a knockdown.
That was a knockdown, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I saw. And so, man, yeah, this guy, yeah, there's TJ Don. He came to fight, and he made it a great fight.
Yeah, so it was like around 5,000 people showed up to the fight. It was a good show up, but yeah, I would like to see the trilogy for Sor Rungvisai. And Daniel Roman, hopefully he unifies that division. But I think these type of fights you're able to unify, because all the stables in matchroom boxing are in the zone. So there is no, it's boxing friendly. That's what we like to talk about, which you can make the styles and the fights all in one.
For the Soto Vargas fight, you're saying that he was throwing haymakers, right, Soto?
Dude, Soto was just unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, he did mention before the fight that he was looking for a knockout. He's like, and I'm like, how are you looking for a knockout? You're going up in weight against a guy that's,
I think he knew he's either gonna get a knockout or get knocked out.
Yeah,
it's one of those fights.
And then
he's probably on his way out already.
Yeah. And then Vargas got cut in the second round, and that played to his advantage. I'm like, damn. But yeah, if you didn't watch that fight, Chris or UGO, you should watch it.
I watched it.
It's a good
I saw the
fight.
highlights of that fight.
Yeah,
but
which is BS because Lily then showed me a picture of the judges' scorecards, and they had Vargas winning like throughout the whole rounds, which is BS.
Wide.
I saw him getting caught with a lot of punches.
Oh, he got caught.
I saw Vargas missing a lot too, but
yeah. But going back to the Daniel Roman fight against TJ Doheny, I was able to catch I just watched the last few rounds again. I like the body work by Daniel Roman. He actually got a knockdown. I think it was in the 11th round. But he said he was going to try to steal the show, and I feel like a lot of people will want to watch him again after this fight.
Oh, he has a fan-friendly style.
Yeah.
He's also like he has a great personality outside the ring where he's likable. He's a respectful guy. He's humble. He respects the boxing game.
I see why he's called Baby Assassin.
Yeah, there you go.
Babyface Assassin.
Yeah. And so, now he's a guy that you want to root for.
Yeah, you remember when Jesse Vargas was on Beat the Count podcast? Shout out to them. Actually, Daniel Roman was on there at the same time. Yeah. And apparently he doesn't watch boxing at all.
He does.
No fights. It doesn't matter who fights. He doesn't watch it.
Did he say why?
I don't remember. But I think Sean has had him on a couple times on that podcast, and he says he doesn't watch boxing. He doesn't care.
Damn,
that's interesting.
That is interesting. It's like, I'm just good at this, but
Yeah. Nice guy, man.
Yeah.
Also, there was a knockout. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. Diego Pacheco.
I heard about that, but
my gosh, dude.
Just pull it up.
Oh my god.
Diego Pacheco's a tall, young man, dude. He's
scary.
like 6'4".
6'4".
18, I think.
Yeah.
I was actually going to talk to him, but this guy brought his family, their cousins, people from Mexico. Everybody show up for this guy, dude. Unbelievable. 3-0.
When I was at Venice, Sims knows him, so they were just talking, chopping it up. And he's tall. He's big, dude.
Yeah,
you think Sims is big? No, this guy has some length. He's probably going to move up eventually in weight.
He has to.
But, yeah. He's, 3-0 now?
He's now 3-0.
He's a local kid right here from L.A.
Yep. And then another guy that made his debut, Austin Amo Williams. He's one to watch, too. He just barely started boxing like 3 years ago. He's going to start making his second fight under the Anthony Joshua card, so that's going to be dope to see him. So
Madison Square Garden, I think it's official now with Andy Ruiz. I already saw the thing on the zone for it.
Oh, so we're seeing the
Diego Pacheco.
Yeah, the guy's head flew in the ropes.
Out of how many rounds? 4 rounds? 4-round fight?
It was a first round knockout.
4-round fight?
Yeah, 4-round fight. Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was bad.
This guy is so tall, dude.
Yeah, he's tall. Who's the other guy that we saw that we were like, that you told us who's like 6'7"?
Who are we talking about?
One fighter, you're like, you won't believe this guy's size.
Oh, yeah. He's part of the Benavides camp.
Yeah, the Santa Cruz fight, yeah.
He's, damn. Sebastian Fundora.
Yeah, I guess.
He's so tall, and he was fighting at 154, I believe.
Yeah.
6'7", 154.
Heavyweight, man. First Mexican heavyweight.
And I think he's a southpaw, too, so even more complications for his opponents.
Yeah.
Right? But,
so back to Andy Ruiz. Are you surprised with that announcement?
No. I think they were looking for someone who was active, right? And he just fought at the StubHub Center.
Yeah.
I like it. He's fighting against a Mexican fighter. I mean, and it's tough in the heavyweight division to find a very good opponent for the top guys, right? If it's not the top 3 names, then it's very difficult to make an enticing fight. But I think they got one here.
This is a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
You got them, a Mexican American, and they're gonna. I mean, short notice, you could sell that this is the potential first Mexican heavyweight if he is to, to find a way to dethrone Anthony Joshua. It's a very tall order, but it's Andy Ruiz Jr. He's I think he's late 20s. This is his moment. This is his prime. Because after this, once you hit your 30s, it's a little bit tougher. But
and he's one of those guys you're either he's gonna knock you out or get knocked out. He's one of those fighters, right, who comes to fight.
And he doesn't mind it too.
It should be interesting, man. What's this? Do you know his height? Can you look it up?
Yeah.
I think he's 6'2".
Andy Ruiz?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
He does not look that tall. Maybe it's
I mean,
late.
6'2" ain't tall for a heavyweight.
And don't be surprised if he does get Anthony Joshua a little bit, man, because I'm telling you, Anthony Joshua has problems with small
6'2".
heavyweights.
6'2".
Yeah.
And he was weighing in like 150 something. I mean 250 something, right, in his last fight.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, not that I want to go in the analysis in that fight, but keep in mind that Anthony Joshua hasn't fought since September, and then Andy Ruiz has recently fought just last month. So there's going to be some rust. So Andy Ruiz, get as many sneakers as you want because he has to try to do something in the first few rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, Anthony Joshua, I mean, he's been hit before. You've seen it. I mean, heavyweights, you can knock out anybody.
Yeah.
And he's been tagged before. He's been hurt. And so, I mean, it's not the question that, Ruiz can hurt him. The thing is the length. Joshua has a long reach, and he probably has one of the best jabs to fight behind, and so that's gonna be a tough way to. He's gonna have to make it a close fight and get in there. But
but that's coming up when June
1st.
You want to talk a little bit about the All-Star Boxing? It was the same day as the fights at the Forum and the Zone. So we were doing the ringside commentary.
So if you guys don't know, we also do ringside commentary. We had some good fights Friday, April 26th at the Quiet Cannon in Montevideo. And man, we were torn. We were like torn before we, with with Anthony Sims fighting at the Forum, and obviously a great fight at the Forum. But we were here at the Quiet Cannon and we were calling 6 fights. And so start from the bottom down.
Shout out to France.
Shout out to France.
Who joined us on the commentary table.
So 6 fights. We we had one of the regulars that we usually call, Arthur Sakian, who we most famously known for getting knocked out.
Why do you always gotta mention that, dude?
Why you have
That's
to look
part
at
of
Gio?
his past.
That's part of his past. But you know what?
Got
Got to go back to that one because we do talk about how you bounce back from defeats.
That was his first loss.
That's his first loss. He bounced back and he's gotten 2 wins, including this one against Peter Cortez. And
First round knockout, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the knockouts.
In the first 1 second of the fight, he hopped on his opponent.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? He did
Yeah.
like a Superman punch. Very first punch, he threw a haymaker.
Like
Yeah.
Roman Reigns?
So we already knew what type of mindset he was in, and he got a first round knockout.
Yeah, we criticized his opponent. We're like, dude, like, how you gonna let yourself get hit with the first punch? Like,
That
keep
should've
your
woke him
hands
up.
up. Yeah, that should have woken him up. Keep your hands up. But no, like, Sakin just went off on him, and like you said, knocked him out. And it was a pretty vicious knockout. If you have a chance, Chris, to see that,
I will, master.
pretty vicious.
You know what? It was a good show we had.
It
How
was a
many
good show.
knockouts? 3 or 4? Let me.
I think it was like.
Did you guys saw anybody who came to the fights?
Oh yeah. So Victor Drago was in attendance.
Yeah. From Creed.
Florian
Two.
Montague.
Really?
Yeah, he was in attendance.
How
That
the hell
was
did I
dope.
miss this?
You
was
went to
funny.
the other fights.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he was in attendance.
You guys talked to him?
Guy's
or
a
what?
beast.
Nah.
No, he left before the event was over, so we didn't
Yeah.
get a chance to talk
You
to him.
guys should have had him in the commentary, man. Me
Yeah.
as fuck up.
No, we were like really into the fights, and they brought him in super like they just
Yeah. I hadn't noticed them before.
Yeah, the thing is like we
Come
no-
on, man.
normally-
Because they were
yeah,
noticing.
Normally we notice fights because people like surround them. They didn't surround they didn't like.
Yeah, and he was with a group of other white-looking Russians next to
Yeah.
him, giants. So
Who else was there?
Also in attendance, he had several top 10 hits and was nominated for a Golden Globe Award as well as a Grammy. But he was also an amateur boxer and appeared as a boxing consultant on NBC Contender. He is a lifetime fan of our sport, Frank Stallone. Coming by way of knockout, he is a super flyweight. He has also been inducted into the California Boxing Hall of Fame. Please welcome Ricky Romero.
Who else is there?
Stallone's brother, what's his name? He looks just like him.
Stallone's brother. He's always there.
Yeah, he was there. I forget. They named a couple other people, but I don't remember.
But nothing. Nobody like super famous, you could
No.
say. Everybody was at the forum.
Yeah. All right. So the first bout of the night was Nicolas Sekniashvili
That was tough.
against right. Shout out to Jim Fitzgerald for pronouncing all the names correctly against Antonio Hernandez. Same thing. First round KO.
Mm-hmm.
It started off very well, right? The show.
Yeah.
A lot of action.
Mhm.
First round KOs. That was that one. The second bout was Arturo Santana against Misal Chacon. That was a
That was
draw,
a good fight. Yeah.
right? The majority draw. One judge had it 39-37. The other two had it 38-38. We were leaning more toward the 39-37, right?
Santana.
But our third colleague on the table was like, I think it was a draw. And you know what? A lot of people on the Facebook comments, a lot of them saw it too as well.
Yeah.
So they got it correct. And
Mhm.
a lot of people were active on the comment section.
yeah.
So shout out to you guys, man.
This is
Hopefully
probably-
we see them again next time.
It's probably like the
Comment
most
section.
active we've been with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people loved it. It was good.
Yeah, it was fun. The third bout of the night was Alexis De Luna against Eric Ayala. Right? We mentioned this kid. He's still in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Alexis De Luna.
Oh,
He's
him.
undefeated. What's his
Yeah.
record?
It's 4. Well, he was 4-0.
Did he
Or
brought
no.
his counselor and professors?
He
That's
didn't bring
what
the
he did?
professors this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, he more importantly, he brought out the
the hype man.
the
the
hype
hype
man.
man.
Yeah.
He was there.
Oh,
My
tell him
Part
about
2 against
Missed
Jim.
out.
Power
Missed
two.
out.
What happened?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Tell him, Joe.
Who won? 10-9 who?
Oh, this
He,
time it's
he didn't
Jim.
lose. He didn't lose.
Who? The hype man?
No, Jim.
Jim didn't lose,
He
yeah.
didn't know what to do.
He didn't win. So when he came out, he tried to steal the mic from Jim, and Jim was like, "Nope, I ain't
I'm
giving
not
it to
having it."
you." Like for 30 seconds, he was trying to tussling,
He's
and,
like, oh, you almost had it.
and Jim held his own.
Yeah, I thought Jim was gonna like let it go. Like, all right, but
Little
nope.
two-piece.
No, he's like, not today.
Damn.
Not today.
Yeah, and then as soon as he got a hold of the mic, Jim told the guy to ring the bell. So it was like ding ding. So he had to let go of the mic for the
How-
official
How was the other guy's reaction?
announcement.
He just kept like trying to hype up the crowd.
Yeah, and he was like,
Aw.
"Come on, man." But
if you could pull it up and put that part, yeah, pretty sure we got it.
yeah, so that was that. Alexis De Luna got a third round knockout. Now, Eric Ayala, he was the man making his debut,
Yeah,
right?
the 30-year-old
Yeah,
from El Salvador making his
Yeah.
debut.
he
yeah.
came to fight, bro.
Yeah, he came to
just
fight.
he was just outclassed.
Just
dude.
outclassed. Yeah, Alexis always he's always balanced, man. He's always like, you know.
Yeah, he can fight, dude. I
Yeah.
like watching him fight. Yeah, that was that fight. All these were 4-rounders. This next one was a 6-rounder. Andreas Katsorakis, right? Cats.
Cats.
The Greek against Walter Wright.
Yeah. Then Walter White had a lot.
Walter
of
Wright, not
supporters.
Walter White.
Walter White.
Walter Wright. Right, we kept making sure that people didn't, that we didn't say the misleading name of Walter White, right? But yeah, Cats, that was a unanimous decision for the Greek. And there were some Greek people in the comment section too,
Mhm.
giving some shout outs. So that was pretty cool. It must have been early on in the morning
Mhm.
for them in Greece. You know anything to say about that?
No, that was a good fight for Cats because Walter White he had an awkward style.
Yeah.
Remember,
And he was
very
like, what, 15-5?
Yeah.
17-5? 17-5.
veteran fighter, very experienced, awkward style, defensive posture. He tried to counter. Katz is more of a pressure fighter, but he was very composed. He was very composed, and he picked his shots. And eventually, it was just that volume, aggressiveness that saw him win this fight out. Because I mean, it was up in the beginning, it was a close fight.
Yeah.
It just Walter Wright didn't make more adjustments, but yeah, both. It was a pretty competitive fight.
He wasn't the danger.
He wasn't.
He wasn't the one who knocks. Yeah, that fight was at 160 pounds, and Yeah, you said it well, dude. Katz just stay composed throughout the whole fight. Walter Ray, his style was kind of awkward. He did have a lot of support in the comment section from Seattle, from up north, from that region, you know. But at the end, Katz got a unanimous decision.
Yep.
And then, if you can call it, the co-main event was Arthur Sakian, 4-round, like we said. He got a first-round knockout over Peter Cortez. Straight to the point, right?
Yeah, it's just he did not want to waste time. I was even woken up, and I'm telling you, I was mad at Cortez. I'm like, this is a fight, man. Like, the bell rang.
Yeah, because we're over here like, all right, round 1 of 4, and then bang! We're just like, whoa, okay, like, this is what we're in for, okay.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that was a first-round knockout. Once again, you guys can catch all these fights on Facebook. You guys can watch the replays. Allstar Boxing and MMA. If you guys missed the action, all pretty good fights, man. Trust. And then the main event was Martin Saldaña, whom we've seen many times, right? He's an undefeated fighter. I believe he was 8-0, 9-0, something like that.
Yeah, 9-0.
Against Roberto Young. Awkward fight, man, at the middleweight division.
Yeah.
Remember this fight?
Roberto Young.
You know what? Man, I was so tempted to call him Kawhi Leonard. 'Cause he looked just like him. He was very athletic.
Yeah. Oh no, he kept giving Saldaña different looks, and he was again so awkward. He had some Pernell Whitaker in him. He had some Mayweather. Like, he was trying to. No, he was really like switching stances. Like,
How long is your reach, Chris?
man, he was really. You got to see this fight, Chris. Like, this was such an awkward.
Good defensively.
Good defense. He was, yeah.
That was very awkward. He reminded me
Super
of
awkward.
Tavares T. Like, he was just
Yeah, there you go. Man,
all
there
over
you go,
the
Gio,
place.
with the
See?
comparisons.
There you go. Come on, dude. Don't jump out the window too quick.
Chris, step your game up.
No, right.
But yeah, it was a tricky fight for Martin Saldaña. Obviously, you know, he was the favorite coming in, but it was not a. He was making a miss a lot, even though, you know, like, he was winning the rounds with the pressure. He was missing a lot of shots. Like, you know, if Roberto Young maybe had some more counter punching, maybe he would have seen himself win more rounds. But no, it was a good lesson, good boxing. You know, growing for Martin Saldaña.
Yeah, those fights are always tough. You know, when you're an undefeated fighter, you're the favorite, the crowd is all behind you, and you're fighting a guy with a lot of losses, but very awkward style, right? A guy who's gonna make you
frustrated.
Frustrated. He's gonna make you work for everything. Every punch you land, you have to work for it. But Saldaña did a good job of staying composed. Didn't get the knockout. He got a unanimous decision. Probably won every round. I think one judge gave the other guy a round, so it was 60-54, and then one judge 59-55. But yeah, I mean, he's being a regular at the main events, right, for these All-Star Boxing shows, Martin Saldaña. So I'm pretty sure we'll see him soon. Yeah. Once again.
It kind of reminds me a little bit Chicharito with the hair.
The Chivas Chicharito?
A little bit, yeah. Chivas Chicharito.
Yeah, but it was a good show. Like I said, if you guys want to watch the replay, All-Star Boxing and MMA on Facebook. And they do broadcast the fights live on Facebook. So next time, I think they said June 8th was the date. Next time.
Triple G's date?
Yeah. Next time, tune in, man. It's pretty fun. You drop your comments, drop your shout-outs. We'll be tuned into all the comments.
You were getting a lot of love, and we were, like, mixing in, like, questions. And people were, like...
He asked the question.
We asked the question about who 3 you wanted. You know, the same question we posed here. And a lot of people were giving their thoughts, and we gave our picks, and they were like, "Those are good picks." Yeah, it was cool, man. At the end, like, I saw a lot of the comments. They were like, "Oh, you guys did a great job. That was fun." Like,
did you guys plug the podcast?
Of course.
Oh, Jim plugged us in. You want to?
Oh yeah. You recorded that moment?
No, dude. We remember?
Of course.
Because we gave him the list. We didn't know when he was gonna say it, and
he said it right off the bat after the first fight.
Yeah.
But I'll pull up the clip from the broadcast. Yeah, but it was fun, dude. It was fun. I think you know, the guy who was being really loud behind us. He had a lot of drinks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I told him about our podcast, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I think I heard about you guys before." So I was like, "Oh, there you go." So
either that or he was too drunk.
Yeah,
one or the other. But we missed you, Chris. I'm telling you, like, before, like, I was like, man, I don't want to be here because I want to be at the forum, like, supporting Sins. But
and it was worse for you because you were helping set up all the equipment. Yeah. So I just basically sat down in the corner and I was watching the fights, but you had to be running back and forth.
Yeah, dude. So I couldn't hook up the the sound because I'm like, fuck.
Damn.
It was when Sims was having that
It's like,
fight.
yo, what's happening? What's
And it
happening?
was, yeah, I was like, what's happening, bro? What's happening?
Oh, he got caught. Who
And I
got
was like,
caught? Who got caught?
And I was like, man, I can't see, man. Like, nah, I don't want to see this. Like, dude, like from here on out, like most fights for Sims, they're gonna start getting tougher and tougher.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was scary, man.
It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Just because he had, just A, because he knew Alexander had power, and B, like what kind of will he had after all the stuff he went through. And and we talked. I think we talked about this, Chris. I was like, man, the only other person that can be like Simone is somebody with just as much will. And I was like, damn, this is a grown man, 33-year-old, been through some shit. Obviously, Sims is 24, he's still young, still a work in progress. But I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight.
Styles make fights,
Yeah.
right?
Dude, I was screaming at the referees loud, dude.
Yeah?
I didn't give a shit if they would have took me because I was trying to protect him because the referee wasn't doing
He
anything.
gave
dude.
the other guy like 4 or 5 warnings.
Yeah.
It was just like, you got to the point where you're going to take a point away, or why are you even...
Yeah. I was in the 4th row, and then I got pissed off, and I went to the ringside. Dude, that's how pissed I was.
You know what I noticed though? He kind of turns his head. I don't know if it's because he does the Mayweather
Yeah.
shoulder kind of.
I don't know,
Sims.
but
So
He rolls
Like-
with the punches.
yeah, half of those are like. It's not that
was
Alexander was
50-50.
trying to throw the
Yeah.
punch in the back or the side of the head. Is that Sims? That's his defense kind of.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I noticed that too, because Alexander does throw those wide hooks. But after so many warnings, you would think that he would kind of stay away from that. It's kind of like when a boxer gets a warning for low blows, he probably won't go to the body for the next round or so, right? I thought it was gonna be one of those, but he kept going for the same punch, and it was the same outcome, right?
And it's probably has to do with the ref not really like deducting that point because he's like, well,
Yeah.
he's not doing it, so I'm just keep going. If he
Yeah.
would have deducted, I would have been like, oh yeah, exactly what you said.
And he didn't care. You know, he was losing the fight too. So
Yeah.
And all he needed was the one punch.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he
Yeah.
was looking
And that's
for.
how it was.
He was just
Yeah.
trying to size it up, trying to just, yeah.
Like in the last round, I was expecting Alexander's corner to tell him like, you need a knockout. Obviously, they
Yeah.
didn't tell him, but he knew that he needed a knockout. That's why he was going like, Hail Mary out. And yeah, that's why I was telling Sims. I was like, was that code word? Like, because he's told us that they have him and Frogdog have code words. They say a word and he does something. I was like, was that code word? Like, punch him out, like stick and move, and like really just get on your bike. But no, he's like, nah, they really had trouble in their corners, and that's crazy because Triple G and Abel, they just parted ways. And I don't know, Chris, if you saw the interview with Abel.
With Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up messaging her like a great interview.
Yeah,
But
that was a great interview, bro.
I
is
was
that the
beyond-
one where he says that he lost a son or something? Like that? I just
Yeah.
read the title. I didn't watch the.
Yeah, you want to talk about that, Chris, a little bit?
I mean, you could go ahead and I'll just follow up with it.
Okay.
When to?
Yeah, you just saw Abel noticeably, obviously upset that he's worked with Triple G for 9 years. I was reading several of the comments, and he's said in past interviews that when he first took Triple G in, he only had a couple gloves, really basic equipment, like a little backpack, and so he you just see, you could tell that this really hurt him. Like like the title said, he lost his son. It's somebody that he I wouldn't say developed, but he helped mold his career, especially to the point where a lot of people know who he is and that rise. And obviously a lot of people don't see the lows. I'm sure they had lows in training all these years, and yeah, that's a little sad in a I guess you want to say in a relationship kind of way. I do understand that you got to move on.
Yeah.
And we did talk about how, maybe it was best if they were to part ways because,
Yeah, he's not winning that third Canelo fight with Abel in his corner.
Yeah, strategy-wise, we did mention in the podcast before that we didn't see a plan B or C from
And
Abel.
we asked him about it, remember?
Yeah.
We asked him when we saw him at the Commerce Casino. I asked him if, after the first fight, if he was going to change up any of the game plan for the second fight or do the same thing. He's like, no, we're going to do the same thing. We won the first fight, so we're not going to change it up. And we saw what happened in the second fight. So, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I give credit, though, to the people who do stick with their trainers, because it must be tough, dude. It must be tough.
Yeah.
It's such a long ride, right? Like you said, from Gennady coming to the U.S., sticking with Abel, all the way until now. It's many, many years. You know, obviously people are going to be, you know, at times maybe they may not look at each other, you know, eye to eye. They may disagree on things. Anthony was talking about it right now, right? But yeah, that's why I give credit to people who stick with their corner, man. You know, because it must be tough, man. You're not always going to agree with them, and they're not always going to agree with you.
I think to me, if there's ever been a situation where you can't pick sides, this is one of them, because you really have to understand both situations, right? So on one hand, Abel had the loyalty to be with Triple G, right? But the other hand, Triple G needed to start looking into himself as a business entity, right?
Yeah.
We talked about Gomez, right? About he's now his own like business, right? And Triple G's realizing how much potential he is when there is no promotion around his side, how much money there is. And think about that in a perspective, right? How much do you think trainers get paid, right? 10%, 15%? Now, if you think about the Triple G's contract, right? You're talking about 10 or 15 million to Abel Sanchez, right? So, I mean, it's really hard to try to pick a side of whether I'm Team Triple G or Abel Sanchez, but it's one of those things that all relationships have to either end or sometimes you outgrow them. But it's one of those things that I'm pretty sure Triple G already has somebody training him because he has 5 weeks to train already for his next fight. And I think probably the one thing that I do get with this perspective is the fact that Devin Haney, he's his own man. A lot of these boxers become their own man after they're done with boxing, realizing how much potential they have when they're independents. And I think Devin Haney has realized that from the beginning of his perspective, that he's his own promoter, and he's with his probably the best promoter in the game right now, Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn is doing something that no other boxing promoter does, and that's go from one Atlantic Ocean to the other one. So I think props to Eddie Hearn to sign Devin Haney. And man, that's one thing about boxing, right? After you're done with the game, you're independent. There is no benefits, right? Abel Sanchez is talking about, you know, he has his own family. Same thing with Triple G. They have their own family. But in this sport, you know, it's a cold world. Sometimes you don't even need a blanket to cover it, dude.
Yeah.
It's a money issue, obviously. It sucks that it goes back to that, but I mean, it seems like everything goes back to money, right? That's why I don't really take boxing too serious, because everything's a business. Every little decision, so it gets annoying. That's why I just watch it and be like whatever about it. But I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is.
Real quick about Canelo and Jacobs.
Real quick.
20 minutes later.
Yeah. Did you guys see the 40 days? Anybody catch that? No. I didn't even know about it till like a couple of days ago, so obviously it wasn't promoted as.
I saw
as
it.
big.
I saw the video, but I didn't click on it.
But no, I mean, I'm hoping it's a great fight. Hopefully it
has the potential.
It has the potential. I mean, obviously we kind of expect Canelo to win, either by decision. I know Gio's you're picking a knockout, right?
It doesn't matter.
No, but I just want to see a good fight. I think we talked about will today. I think Jacobs has the will to make it a very competitive fight, however long it lasts, if it goes a distance.
He has the skills, right?
Skills and will.
No.
Gio says no.
Okay. So that's where we could disagree to agree.
I've seen him get knocked out within 5 rounds.
Dude, he got dropped by Mora.
He got dropped by the Latin snake.
Talking about Sergio Mora.
But these
but we have a boxing podcast, so I have to. It's gonna be a great fight. But yeah.
I think it's gonna be competitive.
It's gonna be competitive for how long it lasts.
Yeah. So
if they're smart, they make Canelo lose, and then they make a trilogy, right, and make a shitload of money. But
what do you mean by? What do you mean they make Canelo lose? That's like you have to be really specific by that.
No, I don't. I watched a lot of boxing. I know what that means.
All right, you heard it here.
Canelo loses one, and then he wins the next 2.
Well, obviously.
I just don't think it'll sell like for
you don't
3
think
fights.
So?
I don't think so.
For 3 fights, nah. For 3 fights, nah.
They're putting a lot of money behind Jacobs. Look how far he's made it with Peter Quillen with its best win. He got a fight against Triple G. Now he gets a fight against Canelo.
And he keeps saying
That's
that he
crazy.
beat Triple G, dude. How?
I
like him. It was a good fight by him, but he did not beat Triple G.
I thought it was close.
Not enough to win.
I don't even think it was close. I'll tell you why. Because he lost most rounds, right?
Yeah, but
the majority, which is 7-5, and he got knocked down.
He got knocked down.
Yeah, I just thought it was close up
until. He did not win 7 rounds.
Yeah.
I'll say it was close, but I still give it to Triple G. And I say close because up until then, nobody had really, pushed Triple G the way. I just say that
we saw a different Triple G.
Yeah, that's.
So he gets a participation trophy.
I'm just saying it was pretty.
That's on me.
That was that one was
marketing stuff.
competitive.
It was
and-
competitive, but he still lost.
Yeah. And I say that he lost because, he needed that weight, that weight advantage because he ballooned up to like what, almost 185, 190.
He was saying that this time it was gonna be like quicker. He said he felt a little sluggish with Triple
His
G because
weight.
of the weight.
184.
That this time because of the claws, he's like, I'm gonna be
174.
perfect at the way that I want to be. I'm gonna be more quicker, my lateral movement's gonna be better. But I don't
Mhm.
think so.
He has a size advantage, so
He does.
we'll see.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this is huge because this is
Buster
basically-
Douglas beat Mike Tyson, so
So, yeah.
Mike Tyson had a lot of distractions outside the ring.
Yeah.
Canelo might too. You never know.
So there was actually it was reported by the LA Times that they want to hopefully after the Triple G fight to have at least 1 million subscribers with the Zone.
How many do they have right now?
That tells you everything.
Yeah, they don't
That's
really
why they need
say
a
the numbers.
trilogy, man. There's no more.
Business-wise,
There's no more
business-wise,
opponents for Canelo.
it makes sense.
Yeah, you can kind of tell on YouTube. Like I be on YouTube a lot, and their subscribers has grown because before, like a few months ago, it wasn't that many on the YouTube channel,
Mhm.
and now it seems like they have a decent.
I'm actually subscribed to the Zone because they put up the highlights and stuff like right away after the fights.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
And they have some fights, right? Didn't they have Anthony's fight on
That's
YouTube?
where I saw it
Yeah.
on YouTube Live.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have the Diego Pacheco and Austin.
Yeah, that one.
Williams.
That's how I saw the fight.
yeah, they have full fights, highlights. They have the Spanish commentators, English. Like they have a lot.
All right, let's sign out, dude. It's almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right,
All right,
sign us out.
quick shout out to our boy Derek, who's been active in the comment section.
Oh yeah,
You told him we are gonna send him some
we're gonna
stuff.
send them some stuff.
Derek, he's in charge. He is also the most unreliable person I know, so good luck getting your gear. But yeah,
We'll
we're
get him
gonna
your
send him
gear.
some stuff, right?
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
give him a
So
hat.
yeah, thanks for commenting and hitting that like button, subscribing, all that stuff, sharing our videos. We appreciate it. Shout out to all the people listening, whether you're listening on iTunes or on YouTube.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Stay tuned to our Instagram at Against the A Ropes, Twitter, MySpace, and yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the
Yeah.
YouTube channel, Against the Ropes Podcast. That's
Yeah.
it for me.
Shout out to our web designer Katie Calder. We will have our website up shortly. So
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got
I
so
think-
much Al Hamey news to come out.
if you guys like to read as well, we'll have some interesting stories up on our website.
Shout out to Anthony Sims Jr. and Frog Dog for coming through.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fun having him, man. I'm sure that he'll be back. So, and I'm sure you guys are gonna keep doing stuff here at Cal State Dominguez Hills.
Yeah.
Students. It's always
Mhm.
fun, man.
Shout out to France
Oh yeah,
for joining us and filling in last Friday. It was fun.
it was fun. I had a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah. It was
Before we
fun.
go, dude, we thought our gas station story, dude, was.
Oh god.
Yeah, another one.
Oh my god, dude.
What'd you do this time?
I didn't do anything.
I'll try to get
Okay.
through this without laughing.
Wait, what?
So,
So-
after the fights,
Was
well,
this
go
like-
ahead, go ahead.
This was a
No.
hold my beer.
Yeah. This is more like you thought the gas station was bad. Gio's about to tell you what went down.
So after the fights, we stayed talking in the parking lot for let's say an hour. So it got pretty late. It's
Damn.
like 1 a.m. at this point. Chris like,
Whoa.
I need some gas.
Mm-hmm.
Stop
Here
by the
we
gas
go.
I need some
station. Parks. He's gonna put some gas. He comes back. He's like, "There's nobody inside." I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty late, dude. Here, I'll pay with my credit card. Give me your cash." Cool. We get some gas successfully. So I'm like, "All right, cool. We could go home now." It was a nice little Chevron, well lit. And then we were hungry, right? We were hungry, so Chris was like, "If you see any fast food place open, just let me know, cause I'm hungry." I was like, "Hey, I'm hungry too."
Yeah.
Drive down the street. At this point, I don't even know where we are. I don't know if
Yeah.
we're still Montebello, neighboring cities. I don't know. But we see a Carl's Jr.
A nice
24 24 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A nice well lit Carl's Jr.
It
False
look-
advertising.
I'm just waiting. What's
What?
going on?
It looks nice, right?
Okay.
Looks nice. Pull up, drive through. Chris is looking at what he's gonna order. He sees some specials up there. Superstar combo for $4.99. He's like, "Oh
That's
shit,
not
his
bad.
eyes lit up." But he didn't know that I noticed this man walking toward us.
Oh.
So we're in the drive-through. To the right is this wall, like a fence, like a wall, right? To the left is the drive-through, but it's very narrow. And I see this man walking toward us like a zombie.
Like,
And he,
dude.
it looked like a shadow.
Yeah.
Damn.
It looked like a shadow. I see him, but Chris didn't see him yet because he's looking at the
I'm
menus.
looking at the menu.
We pull up. Chris looks to his right. He's like, oh shit. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, the way he pulled up, bro, was like.
And when I say zombie, he looked like a zombie. He's dragging his feet.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He's wearing like a huge shirt. He looked like a homeless African American.
He was a real
older man.
zombie.
And he has like his hand in like the shirt. So we're like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
His hand in the shirt.
Damn.
And he
Should've
just
took off.
dragging his feet. And
He just
and I just held my door because I don't know if he had locked it. So
Yeah.
first thing I did, I just held the door. And he just walks in front of the car, walks next to us
And
on
he's-
my side.
Oh,
And he
damn.
just looks inside and just laughs like like a weird laugh. And he just keeps going on like a zombie, like nothing
Yeah.
happened.
Dude, I ordered quick. I was like, "Can I get the like?"
Yeah, I was like-
I started laughing.
Dude, I would
I
have
was like,
pulled off.
And he
"We
was
need to
like-
get out,
I was fucking scared. I'm like,
dude."
I
yeah.
would have
Boy.
hit that fucking. I would have took off.
I'm telling you, like that Inglewood gas station, nothing compared to
Yeah,
this.
I was
man.
like,
Mm-mm.
What?
I was like,
if he has his
yeah.
hands down here, like I would have
Yeah,
thought that
he
was
had,
a
like-
gun or something.
yeah, like that's what
That's-
you thought something, right? That's the
Fuck.
first thing
Yeah.
that came to your mind.
It's just the way he walked, bro. Like that's like
Yeah.
a zombie. Like it was the way he walked.
Damn.
And he looked all cracked out, so
Yeah.
I wasn't so scared because I'm like, oh, maybe he looks cracked out. Like he looked like he can't move that much. He's like dragging his feet. I'm like, okay, cool.
It's because you saw him come from a distance.
Yeah.
I'm over here ordering, and then I turn
Yeah.
and like he's like big
I
shadow.
kept my eye on him.
I'm like,
and
fuck.
and you just saw a shadow out of nowhere, so you got. I saw you jump a little bit, like.
I was surprised. I said, "I wait."
Yeah, so that was that, and then we're getting
Yeah.
our food, and I just see a lady like sitting on the grass
Oh,
eating
it
her
gets
burger.
worse.
It's
Man,
like at
it
2 in
gets
the
worse.
morning.
Yes.
God damn.
And I'm like, Chris, you see that lady? Where? I'm like, dude, look right. And she's just there eating her burger, and then she just looks at us.
Yo, what the
And then
hell's
just,
going
she
on?
just like gets her little backpack
like-
and keeps walking.
like the
So we're
apocalypse and shit.
Whoa.
Yeah. That.
So I was like, Chris, just
Let's
get
go,
the fuck
dude.
ketchup.
Let's go.
Fuck the ranch. Fuck the straw at this point.
Dude, I'll pay for the meal. Let's go.
I don't need napkins.
Bro,
dude.
we're trying to get there like as
Dude, you
get
guys
out.
must have been really hungry.
Oh, that's not it, right?
What?
So we get our food,
Oh
we
my
get everything.
I'm like, Chris, let's go, dude. Fuck this. Let's
fuck
go.
the ranch. We don't get ranch. Like we're just we got our shit. We turn, dude. Like on the side of the wall, there's another guy. Remember?
There's a Hispanic, kind of young-looking man, right?
Yeah.
He's just on his phone, looking suspiciously, looking around, and we see him. We're just like, dude, let's fucking go,
fucking-
dude.
yeah.
Let's go. Let's get out of
It
here.
was bad.
Damn.
But the way he was like up against the wall, like
Yeah, he was just looking
he was
around.
just
like-
looking
Against the wall.
against the wall.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
I didn't feel safe until I got on the freeway.
Damn.
I was like, "Ooh, all right, dude." But
That
that
was
was
bad.
that. That was that, dude. We made it.
You made it.
Damn.
That was Friday.
I'm telling you, like
night
that
for
gas
us.
station in Inglewood was like nothing compared to this, cause yeah, it was
Fun times, dude.
out of nowhere.
And it's always the gas, trying to get gas.
Trying to get gas, man.
Yeah,
Alright.
we'll be back June 8th. We'll see what other stories we have to tell.
You guys should know better. You guys should put gasoline before.
No,
shit.
see that.
Put gas when there's sun.
You know
man.
what? He was gonna go to another gas station. I don't want to risk it. I'm like, I'm gonna
This
pay
is
for it
it
with my
right
credit
here.
card. Give me your
Yeah.
cash. That's it, dude. This is a nice looking gas station.
Telling you, like fake out, man. All right.
Yeah, man. Ready to sign out. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Here, I'll let you do the outro.
That's it. This is episode 33. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for putting up with us. 33 episodes in. See you guys next week. Peace. Drop your predictions for Canelo Jacobs. Dun, dun, dun.
I've never seen Chris so scared.
I'm looking at the menu like.
Hola amigos, soy Juan Francisco Estrada. Quiero mandar un saludo para mis amigos de Contra las Cuerdas. Échenle muchas ganas, un abrazo, muchas bendiciones. Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you for the support. Keep doing your thing. You're doing a great job. So thank you and best wishes.
Huge shout out to Against the Ropes.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you guys for the interview and hope to see you guys soon.
Against the Ropes, always doing the right thing. Shout out to Against the Ropes, man. I appreciate you guys for having me, taking the time out y'all day.
Against the Ropes, #1.
Freddie Roach.
Thank you very much.